one started up easy and the forklift. Makes life a little nicer. We're gonna try and drive this out, try and get some of those bins back to that pad. I don't know how it's gonna work. It seems a little muddy out, so get some of this shifted around real quick. And we'll go see how muddy it is. Well, it's just too muddy to haul those bins today, so we're gonna fuel up the tower, make sure everything's ready. I'm gonna run up tomorrow to Phil Brown with that dry motor, have them get it done real quick so that way I can get down here, get this thing put back on the trailer, get over to that Burgoyne farm, get trimming some tops. So we got a little rain last night and you can see some water kind of sitting on the drive. I don't really know if the truck can make it back here. I think we're gonna try and make one load, see if we can get one load back here and see how muddy it really is. If it's too muddy, we can always stop. Ooh. Yeah, this is pretty slimy. Well, it's pretty muddy. You see where I went through my pickup. We are not gonna bring the bins back to this pad, but my packer said he needs a little room, so we're gonna try and take them up to the front by the shop, put them on the concrete. I like just to haul them back right here to the pad right away. It's more efficient. It's gonna freeze on Wednesday, but try and clean them up a little bit of room, and then we'll get the rest on Wednesday when the ground freezes so we can haul directly back to here. First load. The rain at least stopped a little bit, so it's not too bad. We got about 3 loads over there, so we'll get them 3 loads out of there, back to the home pad. And then probably Wednesday when we get back in town, we'll start hauling again. Last load for the night. All right, so we just got back from Grand Rapids from Phil Brown with the new motor built. So everything now, we got all the pieces, all the parts, and we should be good. So what ended up actually happening was when I was telling you guys that chain would get super tight on that front end. Yeah, we can go look at it real quick. So on this front, remember that shaft comes out to here, and these are supposed to be in line. That sprocket and the small sprocket up here. Well, the biggest problem was that top sprocket was starting to come out, and it was putting so much tension, it was just ripping on this shaft, which screwed everything up in the front of that motor. So I thought that the seal blew out. Well, it isn't. So you see right here, it actually cracked. So this was a cast head. So the second seal kit that I got, is useless because it goes to this old style head. I had them put on a new steel one, which is a little bit different of a seal kit. They ran this up at Phil Brown to make sure no leaks. Everything is good. I also got, here's the new seal kit. I also got another one of these, 2 of these keys, which go into that shaft in here to keep this thing straight. Also, so this doesn't happen again, we put the sprocket back on. Gave me a second one too, because there is another hydraulic motor that runs the back end of that tower. So this is gonna go on here like this. You tighten that up, And that way, you can see here, it sits right on top of there. So it will not allow this to back its way out. Probably would have been better if it just blew the seal out. I'm not really sure how much this thing costs. But also, it takes a special 5/16 12-point head. I didn't have that either, but I'm going to order one because there's only two. It's like, I think it's just two O-rings or two gasket seals that cover up here, one in the front, one in the back. So all these other seals, you know, are just kind of all these middles. Well, they said don't change any of those. So we got one in here, and then there's also in the middle, somewhere around here, is a little one to pop out. But this can go back on tomorrow, and we should be able to be back to at that tower. Anyone else just drive around their local deer lots? All right, we can get this thing all put back together now. All right, let's get this over with. $350 right there for this. It's pretty simple though, so not many issues. We got one of the breaker bars and stuck that right up through here because this sits at a little bit of an angle, so that's a very hard one to get. So I pushed up through there, got it straightened up. That's it. They checked when they rebuilt this up at Phil Brown. They checked it to make sure nothing was leaking. So I'm just gonna move all this out of the way real quick and turn it on and push it forward just a little bit. I need to back it up to roll that chain back on. We should just about be good. All right, so we got it in here, so we're gonna make sure all this is good. I just wanted to make sure I got in here and wasn't oil leaking, so we're good here. And we have to redo this chain. It's just too tight. I think I'll loosen this one up too a little bit.